I can't believe that it's been almost 7 years since we first played Software Inc. on this channel, and in that entire time, this game has been in one state of alpha or another. That's not a criticism, by the way. It's more to illustrate the point that Software Inc. is now in beta. Beta 1 came out kind of recently. It brought a whole bunch of new things to the game, and as I've been promising for quite some time, it means it's time to once again, as we do almost every year, jump in and play some more Software Inc. So we're going to be hopping through the multiverse, and we are once again going to be creating Nerdresoft, because I think that's, quite frankly, the best company name I've ever come up with for Software Inc. But when it comes to creating a company this time, things are a little bit different, and this is something I am not at all familiar with. First off, you've got some traits down here that are different to how I remember them being. Obviously, you can make someone that's generous, you can make them a flirt, and changing these around will kind of give you these various stats. So if I say he's a flirt, or he's naive, or he is an introvert, or something like that. Say we're generous and... let's say I'm generous and optimistic. We'll go with that. So that makes me have the sunshine trait, which means sunny weather will improve my mood and I don't mind the heat as much, but I get depressed during rainy days. So we can have those traits, but I'm gonna not select any of those. I'm going to select them myself, because being a fast learner and increasing my skill a little bit faster, that seems like a good idea. And then we can go in and say that maybe, let's see, I'm a born leader, perhaps. Maybe I'm great at developing hardware. Maybe I work fast at single tasks. I'm going to say I'm not affected by team compatibility, though. That seems like a pretty good one. And then in terms of negative traits, I'm going to be silent but deadly, meaning no one's going to take the elevator with me, and that's okay. And then if we move down this way, we have a creativity stat, and that determines the quality of ideas that my founder will generate as a lead designer when developing new products. Creativity is innate and cannot improve with training. It is not recommended to increase this on your first playthrough. Well, it isn't my first playthrough. It is my first playthrough of Beta 1, but I'm going to say that I'm inspiring, which means I'm going to want a private office and I'm going to want some royalties. But that's okay. I'm not really too worried about that. What I am worried about, and what I am curious about, is this little button up here, this little plus next to my icon. Because I think what this does is it adds another founder. It adds another founder, which means we could make up to, say, 4 people who work for Nerdresoft on day 1, rather than just starting with me on my own. And I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. So let's make another founder. Let's start with 2 people rather than 1. Hell, let's start with 3. Okay, that took a bit longer than I thought it would, but we have me, we have Dylan Conflict, we have Graham Sykes, we have Rosie Robinson, and Beverly Pope. And we're all set up in different ways. So if we look at the various stats, when it comes to development, I have a bit of a focus on audio, design, programming, and art. I have no interest in hardware. If we look at Graham, he prioritizes 2D. If we look at Rosie, she prioritizes systems, and then Beverly prioritizes hardware. So everybody kind of has their own little avenue that they can look at and that they can specialize in to do better things. So in theory, we have a pretty solid start right here. So let's pick a map and see. Oh, hold on a minute. I need to pick more traits. Apparently I do have to pick. Interesting. Okay, so let's say Graham is going to be a bit of a slow walker. And then everybody else, I didn't pick anything for, what was your name? Beverly. All right, Beverly, you are going to be a fast learner. You are going to be, let's see, sunny weather improves your mood. We're going to say you're a bit of a slow walker, and you prefer to walk rather than take cars. So you are really going to be quite slow at getting to work, but that's fine. In terms of buildings, Garage Inc., I think is probably the best place to start. Although, admittedly, that's going to mean we're cramming 4 people into a single office, into a single room. We might want to go with the apartment. It's not that much more expensive. I'm going to go with the garage. We're going to do it. Nerdresoft is starting with 4 people, each with 25% shares in the company. Our initial starting funds are going to be $115,000 with a $90,000 loan. That means $6,698 getting paid back per month over 5 years. We're starting in 1980. We're playing on medium difficulty, which, if you're curious, means all of this right here. So we'll see what happens, is what we'll do. We will see what happens. Let's get to it. So right off the bat, it is January 1980. Let's start putting some things in the office because we're gonna need to. I also don't think I can I lease that room? I absolutely can. We might do that at some point, but initially we need to set up an office. Now, we have some choices. We could go with these modern desks and we could put 4 of them in here. In fact, oh, that was going downstairs. In fact, putting 4 modern desks in here probably wouldn't be the end of the world. I'm just not 100% sure on how I would want to do this. We could just go with these tables and sort of surround the walls with some desks, which, again, might not be the end of the world. In fact, I think that is what I'm going to do. So let's go and get these guys in. I like these black ones. In fact, the white ones. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. And then that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's not going to be enough. 1, oh boy. 1, 2, 3. That's not quite enough, is it? All right. And then 1, 2. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be enough. That'll give us everything we need. We're going to go for some executive chairs, which are $400 each. The ergonomic ones are $2,000. That's a bit expensive. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Hopefully they can still get through that corner right there. It'd be a bit of a disaster if they couldn't. In terms of computers, we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I want to get some decoration in here to make the place a bit less miserable. So give me a nice table plant in the corner. Give me a nice cactus right there. Let's give everybody some headphones for a bit of social isolation so they don't have to listen to each other. And you know what? I want to go ahead and I want to select all of the headphones in the room, and I want to make them white. And then I want to go ahead and select all of the computers, and they're probably fine as they are. The chairs, we'll select all of those and make them a different color. Maybe the seat can be green to sort of match the room a little bit, or maybe just gray. We'll go with sort of a boring look right there. That seems fine, and we'll save that style as well. So that seems okay. That kind of works out, gives everybody everything they're going to need. I think a rug in there might be a bit of an idea so that we can, you know, make the place look a little less miserable. So we'll hold Alt while we place this, and we'll just throw a rug, I guess, right there. And that seems fine. That seems okay. We probably want to give them like a water cooler or something. So we'll do that in like this corner. And we could do a vending machine in this corner so they can get something to eat. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit of art on the wall right there. And let's see, a little bit of art will go for the cat on this wall right there. That looks good. It's a good looking little office. Just need some lights now. That's all we need. So give me this desk lamp, which can live there. And give me another desk lamp, which can live right about there. And I can put some ceiling lights in as well. So I figure, well, maybe we do wall lights instead. I don't know. Maybe a little something. I can't put it back there, so maybe not. What about, hold on a minute. What if I go here? How do I make the grid smaller? There's a way to do this. Offset grid by half. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Disable grid. I guess that would work. We'll just put a light right there. Yeah, that looks okay. And then we'll disable it so you can't actually see the ceiling lights. And that seems like a good little office. So let's run the simulation. Let's get things going. We should have everybody coming into work. We've spent a pretty hefty chunk of money right there. And there's the rest of them. Oh my God, you can start with 3 people. That is so cool. That is so cool that you can start with 3 of them. I love it. And they're all farting as well. All right, that's great. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start immediately with some contract work because we need some money. I also want to check in my manage employees thing. So the salary on all of these guys is 0. That's actually huge. That is a really big deal. Now, who is the strongest leader is what I'm wondering. So if we look at skills here and we look at lead skill, it is going to be me. So I'm going to change my role. I'm going to make me a leader of the core team. And then what we can do is go in and manage the teams. We can go to core. We'll say the core team is going to be bright red because of course it is. And in terms of HR management, we'll say handle wages, handle complaints, education level 3, educate 1 person at a time. And we're not going to bother with hiring just yet because we do have 4 people here. So my thinking is we go to contract work. We say, sort by income, give me a logistics application. You know what? Give me 3 things right off the bat. So give me all 3 of those. Logistics, embedded. Let's just run this, and in theory, we should be capable of doing these with 4 people. Although, thinking about it, all of these guys are going to be wanting their own offices, so they're actually not that effective. Ooh, maybe I made a mistake here. There's a good chance I've made a mistake here. Hold on, let's develop this. Let's develop that. Let's develop that. Let's prioritize this one. See if we can't get one of these things in a spot where it's okay. I might have made a mistake on this. We might be okay. Let's see what happens. Are these overdue? Oh, they're due this month. Okay. That's fine. We're also not paying salaries, so it's not a huge deal. Let's bring the priority on you down. And let's bring this up a little bit. And then what we can do is promote this guy and bring the priority on you up and you down. And we promote this guy. And then we're not fixing any bugs, which is whatever. We'll just go ahead and say finish. And it's inadequate quality, but it's $10,500. That's inadequate quality, but it's $10,000. And that is inadequate quality, but it's pretty much $10,000. So we just made $30,000. All right, for doing terrible work. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's fine. Now everybody heads home, and we should have a profit. We absolutely do. So looking at it, we made $11,000 last month. So what are we paying then? So we're obviously paying $6,698, 667, let's say, on loans. We're paying $2,057 on dividends. We're paying $2,580 on bills. Okay. That should be fine. I think we can make that work. In terms of additional contract work, let's grab another 2 embedded systems and accept that. And we'll prioritize 1, right? We'll prioritize that one and try and get it to a good spot. I think the reason they're all working terribly, and yeah, you can see their effectiveness is 11%, is because I'm pretty sure all of them were promised their own office. So they're all quite upset about that, is I think what's going on. So that makes sense. I would probably be quite upset about that as well. So we'll go ahead and just see if we'll develop this thing. We'll be all right. I think we could probably afford to take this other office, to be completely honest. Which would probably cheer them up a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. We'll also finish that. It's inadequate quality, but it's money. It's fine. I'll tell you what. Let's 960. We can afford it. Let's right off the bat get this other office, and let me go to build mode. And I want to grab these. I want to grab these desks. So grab those, move it, and let's rotate. Oh, that was going down. Let's go there. So that's 1. And then we'll go and grab these 2 desks. We'll move those, and we'll say it can go, let's see, rotate properly, please. We want it to go there. So that's going to be a little better for us. We can move this thing next to the vending machine. And they have a light in there. It's not much, but it's okay. And if we go and maybe grab some wall lights, we could throw one, say, there. We can throw one there. And that room should be all right. So if we go ahead and run things, they are Well, their effectiveness is 100%, but they're not doing anything, so let's see. Let's have a little bit of a look here at a logistics application. So looking at it, oh, their effectiveness is still low because regardless of what's going on, they're still working in an office with someone else. Well, I'm a little disappointed that that's kind of how it works, but it makes sense. Unless it is the fact that we just don't have a leader assigned to this stuff. That's potentially what's going on as well. But we'll be all right. Let's promote it. Let's finish it. Outstanding quality, $10,000. Are we making money though? We still are. Not as much, but we're still making a little bit. So I'll tell you what. Let's start making our own software. There's no point just sitting around doing nothing but, you know, the contract work, right? So we'll go ahead and call some cleaning, which will make sure the floors are nice and clean. We could call some maintenance. I don't think we need to. So let's just see what we can make. Because we do have some choices. We do. We absolutely do. I'm thinking audio tool, if I'm completely honest. I think it's the easier option. And what we can do with it is we can have me as the lead designer. My skill is audio tool. I think everyone is specialized to audio tool. I might have forgotten to specialize people in other ways. That's probably fine. We'll have me be the lead designer. All right. And what we'll do is we'll say it is an audio tool that can give delay and reverb. It recommends 6 programmers. Oh my God. Okay. That's immediately terrifying. That's intimidating. That really is. Okay, I mean, there's 4 of us working in the office. What about a 2D editor? Would that be a better shout off the bat? So you can get brush stroke smoothing, dynamic brushes, levels and curves, brush presets. Brush presets seems good. It doesn't increase the number of programmers needed. Levels and curves does. Procedural shapes does. Clip art is more in the art side of things. I think we have a couple of people that can do pretty good 2D. Image effects, I would say, is probably okay. We have 50% interest already. A healing brush increases the interest quite a bit. Liquefy increases it quite a bit as well, which is about a year. So let's do that. And raw image imports is still about a year. I think we can get away with that. We'll go for a nice, you know, let's say $69. Seems like a good price. About a year to make it. Seems fine. There's going to be no source control. And I'm so tempted to make it subscription-based, because this is one of the new things you can do in Beta 1, is you can make subscription-based software. So we could make something like Photoshop. We could make something that's an image editor that you have to pay for monthly. And the cool thing as well with Beta 1 is if this thing's terrible, we can technically patch it. We can release updates. So I might want to do that. I'm also thinking we could look at a publisher. They would want it in February of 82. That's actually not bad. So if we were to secure funding for it, we could secure marketing for it, we could secure printing for it, and if we exclusively release it on their operating system, it's, well, still a decent little thing there. So I might do that. I might cancel the publishing deal. Although securing funding, you know what? We're not going to do it. Nerdresoft is going to start out making a little 2D editor for Tearware. It's got about 3 million potential consumers. Expected interest is 100%. It's estimated for about a year. These guys want it in February of 82. So we get about a year and a half to make this, and that's perfect. So let's come up with a name. Print Suite, ImageScape Power Styles, Photo Premium. Oh boy, Final Maker Suite, Print Frames, Vector Pro, Picture Suite. Let's do what I always do, and let's go with a simple name. We'll go with Vector. And then when it comes to making the next one, we can do Vector 2, and then Vector 3D, and then Vector Pro. And by the time we do Vector Pro, we're going to reboot it with Vector. Well, Vector 3D will obviously be a 3D editor, but that's later on. This is also not going to be subscription-based, because I think if we do subscription-based, I don't think it's worth it. So, let's see. We could do a new framework if we wanted to. That'll cancel a publishing deal. That'll also cancel a publishing deal. Are we just not using a framework? Okay. Interesting. Let's use a new framework. We'll cancel the publishing deal. That's fine. If we use an existing one, I mean, the most recently released was 79. They want some pretty chunky royalties, but I guess we can do that. The tech level seems about the same. This should also make it a little easier to make this thing. So throwing a healing brush in there, some wasted interest. I'll tell you what. Let's rip that out. Let's do vector graphics instead, or maybe do the healing brush instead. Should be a little easier with the framework there. Let's take brush presets out, and let's do levels and curves, or dynamic brushes. Anything I can find that'll keep this less than a year. Text rendering, maybe procedural, I don't know, levels and curves. What about those two? Let's not do those two. Let's just do... Let's stick with brush presets. That seems like a good way to do it. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. We're going to use the vision view. It's vector. It's an original IP. The next page, we're looking at operating systems. I mean, we could throw this on just about everything if we wanted to. So if we have a look at active users, we have OptiSide OS 3. We can throw that in there. It's already there. And that still gives us 2.9 million consumers. So going to the next page, we can auto balance this to make sure that interest is exactly where we want it. And then in terms of a publisher, we can now go and look and say, you know, oh, they want it by November of 81. These guys are going to want it a bit quicker. They're also only going to give me $24,000. You know what? Oh, man, I'll tell you what, I don't want their money. And I will make it exclusive to their system. So 2 million potential buyers. That's not great, but I do need the publishing deal. I think we kind of need that. So we're going to have a little bit less time, just over a year, but this is going to take about a year. So let's develop it. Let's see what we can do. We're not taking their money, but we'll see what happens. I am a little concerned about the fact that obviously my employees don't want to be in the room with each other. That definitely slows things down a little bit. So I wonder if I could train them, right? I wonder if I could say, you know, go and, yeah, we can't educate them either. So they're going to be pretty miserable, is what they're going to be. I didn't really think about that. I probably shouldn't have promised them their own offices because it's not feasible with the setup that we have here. Unless I put a... maybe I could put an office in the bathroom. That would be an option. Oh man, development is so much quicker when I'm doing it on my own. We're also going to need to stick with the contract work as well. So let's go ahead and grab I guess we're going to have to grab 2 logistics applications, and those are going to have to be prioritized. And we kind of need to just keep the money coming in, you know? So let's develop this thing. Let's get it to a point where we can finish it next month, which that went so quickly because they're just leaving at different times. It's ridiculous. Promote you and finish. It's satisfactory. That's all right. Let's increase you. Let's develop. And let's get it to a point where I can promote it, which I can. And then if we finish, we still got some money. And it was outstanding as well. I'll tell you what. I've had an idea. What if I make another team? So what if I say the night shift, right? What if I make it? I'm going to regret this, but whatever. Let's rename the core team, right? So how do I rename a team? So core is going to be day shift. Now, why did they take over lead design duties on that? That's a little worrying. Okay. Assign the lead is me. That's... Oh, Graham Sykes is doing it. Okay, no, I want me leading that. But here's my thinking. If I say, you know, these guys are working from 8 until 4, what if these guys are working from, say, 4 until 12? So they do that? So they work 2 shifts? And then we move 2 of them to the other team, right? So we go and we say, you know, Rosie and Beverly or Graham and Rosie, we'll change you guys to the night shift. And then what we can also do is assign this. So we need to make these some shared offices, right? So the teams are going to be day and night shift. And they can pass through, no problem. This computer is going to be assigned to me. And then who else? So what have we got? So day shift, if we look at it, is me and Beverly. So then Beverly gets this computer. So we'll assign that to Beverly. And then this one gets assigned to Graham. This one gets assigned to Rosie. And in theory, we're now in a situation where they're never sharing offices. And look how quickly Vector is now being developed because they no longer share offices with each other. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. I love it. I actually genuinely, I respect it, to be honest. I do. I do kind of respect the resentment that they have for each other. It's kind of, it's commendable, is what it is. Let's go ahead and prioritize these contracts and assign it to the night shift and the day shift so that they're both going to be working on these. Look how quick that is. That is dumb. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. Wait, are these, oh, why are they not doing anything now? Wait, they're not, wait, is it, oh, it's day shift, that's why. Night shift, I think I've got the names wrong as well. I think I absolutely have got the names wrong, don't I? So the day shift is actually the night. Okay. So you guys are day, and then you guys are night. So the day shift is actually the night shift. There we go. And then this needs shift added to it as well. All right. So there we go. Now we have progress. Let's promote it. Let's promote it. Let's finish it. Let's finish it. There we go. So we're still making money. And this thing's being iterated on quite nicely. So that's great. That is... That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. But it worked! My plan worked! We've separated them into their own offices. They can chill now. They can actually develop in peace and quiet. They don't have to deal with other people. Like I said, I respect the hustle. I respect the disliking of people. But let's see here. Let's see. So who is the lead on this? Beverly. Let's have me lead this. And let's look at the details, because we can actually see what's being worked on at any one time. So 2D graphics right now, and then it goes into the next iteration, and this is all of what's being worked on. So then those two leave, and the other two come in. And we can see brush stroke smoothing is going along really nicely. Healing brush is going along really nicely. I think what I'd be inclined to do is once they move into iteration 4, we'll move it into development. Because we're a year out from the deadline release, right? And we kind of need to stay on top of other things as well. So despite the fact that we're doing quite well, we also need to accept some contracts. And we need to say, you know, you guys are all working on these over anything else. We need to keep the place running. We need to keep the lights on. So let's, you know, develop and develop and develop. And just look how quick they are when they have their own space. That's, that's so ridiculous. But we'll finish it, and it's outstanding. We'll finish that, and it's outstanding. And we'll finish that. It's all outstanding. So in like 4 hours, they got 3 pieces of software done. It's nuts. It's crazy how decent they are at doing this stuff. Also, only 1 person working tonight. Interesting. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and call in cleaning. Let's call in some IT support. Let's make sure the computers are getting looked after. Just make sure everything is tip-top shape, you know, working the way it should be. What are you doing? Are you... Oh, that's IT. Okay. That's fair enough. So you can go and sort the computers and make sure they're okay. And, yeah. Now everybody comes in. We're still working on iteration 3, which is... Looks like systems holding us back in 2D graphics a little bit, but there we go. Let's develop this thing. So this is going to be assigned to both teams. It has 10 followers already, which is kind of crazy to think about. And development is going pretty well. I actually can't complain about that. So I'll tell you what. Oh my God. What does it recommend I have for this? Oh, I need assembly lines. That's unfortunate. Okay. Tell you what. Let's grab those. Let's accept it. Both teams have it. So let's prioritize that work. And let's see if we can get some pretty chunky contracts done here, because this is going to be a good bit more money. So we'll develop this. We'll develop this. It is coming along. So that's great. We'll promote you and we'll finish it. It was inadequate, but it's still $16,000. We'll promote you. We'll finish it. It was inadequate, but it's still $14,500. So we're still making money, which is good. That's what we want to be doing. So let's see. This thing is, man, I don't, I don't see Vector being done in time for launch. At least not to a quality that I would want it to be. But I think we're going to have to accept the fact that it's not going to be the quality that I would want it to be. And instead it's going to be, it's going to be whatever quality the publisher wants it to be. So, I mean, it's not too bad. Maybe let's say around June, we could go ahead and, yeah, we'll say around June we move it into beta. Maybe a little bit sooner. Maybe next month, maybe April we move it into beta. I don't know about this. Let's see what else we got here. We have a logistics thing. 53,000. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to prioritize it. And let's see how quickly we can get through. Oh, we can get through it so quickly. Beautiful. So let's develop. And again, getting through the development nice and quickly. So we'll go ahead and promote it now. And we'll go ahead and finish it now. So it's inadequate, but it was still $51,000. So no complaints from me. And this thing still coming along quite nicely. So let's look at the details. It's going well. I can't really complain. It's going pretty well there. So let's hit a middle ground. I said we'd maybe move it into beta in April. I'm going to say May because it's at least going to be 75% of the way done. So I think we could get it to 100, but I'm going to say May is the cutoff because I want it to be good. I'm also wondering what this is. There's a little notification down here. Ooh, you can be educated. Okay, we'll hold off on that until we are done with Vector. I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to get carried away and send, one of my developers away on education when we're about to release this thing. So, yeah, let's get art. Can we get art to 90% this month? Because if we can, which it looks like we absolutely can, let's... Oh boy, I'm not even going to review it. Let's promote it. So it's just going to stay in beta. And then we can print copies. You don't own any printers. Do you want to start printing? You can order copies instantly. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And then we could just release it. We'll just hold off until November. So we'll just bug fix it until then. And I guess also do contract work, since that's a thing we can do. So this is a 2-month contract. Let's grab the 2-month contract and see how quickly we can do it. So I'd imagine quite quick. Yeah, that's no problem at all. We can get through that. So let's develop. Oh, we might be able to get a 2-month contract done in a single month, which is kind of nuts. There we go. So promote it. It's got to where it needed to be. We can fix a couple of bugs, send it off. It's outstanding. 63,000 right there. Can I? Oh, I can't rent this. Damn. I was hoping I could lease this, but no, we're not allowed to. Okay. I'm a bit more comfortable now. I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit more comfortable with where we are. Let's grab... I'm going to grab 4 contracts, and I'm just going to hit them all with the priority 10. Because they're all 1-month contracts, so they all have to be done next month. So develop, 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 and this last one, we can hopefully go ahead and, in a second, develop. There we go. So they should all get to where they need to be this month. And then we send all of them off, and we'll get some money. So this one, promote. This one, we can promote. This one, we can promote. And this one, any second now, we can probably go ahead and promote. And then just finish all 4 of them right there. They were all, well, all but one was outstanding. That's still some pretty good money. We're over $200,000 now. And Vector is a couple of months out, couple of hundred followers, over 100 bugs fixed. Not bad. Not bad at all. It'd be nice if I could bring the release date forward. Or if I could change the... I could change the name still if I really wanted to, which would be kind of cool. But, yeah, I think we'll leave it as is. I think we're doing all right. This thing's been in development for over a year now, so we're doing all right. In terms of contracts, let's grab 3 more. And let's just... They seem to get developed fine without me prioritizing them. So we'll just kind of let them go. In fact, you know what? Just for old time's sake, I am going to prioritize them. Just to make sure. So there we go. Develop, develop. And once this one gets to where I want it to be, we can do exactly the same thing and develop it as well. So, we should be in a good spot. We also have some messages, apparently, which is interesting. These guys are probably good to go. You're probably good to go. All right, not bad. There's so many messages that I need to look at right here. We got, like, the last month stuff. We've got issues popping up. Let's just go ahead and clear all of it, right? So, I mean, my employees aren't thrilled when they share offices. Boo-hoo. That happens all the time. We also probably want to clean this place a little bit. So let's call some cleaning. Let's call IT support as well, just to make sure the computers are working fine. And then, you know, everybody comes in for the day. 130 bugs done, 256 followers. I hope this is good. I really do. I hope Vector is a success, because if it isn't, we're going to be stuck doing bloody contract work forever. But at the very least, we have enough founders that we could probably go ahead and... Wait, what are you doing? What do you... Oh, no, you're leaving. Okay. We have enough founders that we can get contract work done quickly. So really, we could probably up and move out of here in no time at all. If we really wanted to, which we might. We might want to move into the apartment next time, because then getting these guys their own offices will be a little bit easier. Even if they don't urgently need their own offices, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I mentioned next time, and that is because I'm going to leave it there for today. We're not going to see the results of Vector's release until next time. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that to you. We've got ourselves established. We've got our 4 founders. We've got a decent looking little office here. So let's see if they were able to make something good in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.